In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Lawbringer in For Honor of 2024. Now, I personally do enjoy Lawbringer. He's still one of my favorite hybrids to play with. Only in 4v4 modes, and ones he's iffy, to be honest. You have to be very careful with him in ones. So what you need to know about Lawbringer is that his fighting style is more combined with the features of a heavy and a vanguard. And he is a difficulty of hard, and he's an excellent counterattacker, and is good at disabling enemies as well. And his special capabilities are attacks can cause stun and keeps enemies off balance. Personally, Lawbringer is more of your counter-attacking kind of hero that does a lot of damage if he gets a good parry. So in today's video, we're really going to just take a look at Lawbringer's entire moveset, and followed by the feat and the perk, and I'm going to also show you gameplay of Lawbringer, and I'll go over punishes as well. So if this video does help any of you guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. But without further ado, let's get into the guide. Here we go. Alright, so the first thing I'll go over is Lawbringer's heavies. Now, Lawbringer's heavies have hyper armor, as you see. Well, his secondary heavy has hyper armor, not the first one, but the second has hyper armor, which is good for trading attacks. And also, if you get in guaranteed heavy, you can also go for a bash to continue your combo or mix up, to be honest. And also, if you confirm a heavy too, you can also go for a light and continue your combo if you want to as well. And that light does 4 extra damage, because the heavy itself does 20, so that'd be like 24 damage really. But yeah, what y'all need to know is that Lawbringer has hyper armor on his heavy, and you can also do the bash right after confirming a heavy, or if the opponent blocks your heavy, you can just get the bash as well. It really depends. And if you confirm a heavy, Lawbringer gets extra light, which you can turn into anything you want to. You can also go for another light if you want to, which will give you 14 more damage. So the possibilities are endless with him, really. Alright, so the next thing I'll go over for Lawbringer is his bashes. Now, I already said that with Lawbringer's bash, you can get a confirmed bash right after you throw out the heavy, and it doesn't have to like confirm, like you don't have to confirm it, you can also go for the bash again. You just have to be careful if people tend to parry that heavy. But also with his bash is very fast. It's also another opener too. The front forward bash is very fast. The side bashes, on the other hand, they're very slow and sluggish. So I personally hope that Lawbringer gets a buff right here to where his bash, or his side bash, gets it's a bit faster in my opinion, because the side bashes, they're just very sluggish and they are vulnerable to a guard break. But the ultimate bread and butter for Lawbringer is not just his bashes or his heavies, it's his parry counters. Alright, so for Lawbringer's parry counters, the first one is Impaling Riposte. Now this is basically the choo-choo bringer, but you have to get it off of a guaranteed light parry. You can't get it off of a heavy parry anymore, you have to get it off a light parry. That was one of the changes that they made for Lawbringer back when he had his rework. The next one is Blind Justice. This here is Lawbringer's heavy attack, or his unblockable heavy on top. So you get a guaranteed 25 damage off of that unblockable heavy, and you can also get 4 more, which would make it 29 damage overall. And you can also feint it if you want to as well. The next one is his light riposte. It's basically a light after like via heavy parry or light parry. Now the next one is Make Way. This is the parry counter turning into a zone right after. Now with this move, I highly recommend people to use this move to either finish your opponent off if you get a guaranteed heavy parry right after. Go for the zone. It does 15 damage and it's an unblockable zone. And it also has hyper armor too, so you can definitely make use of the zone in gank situations or anti-gank situations really. And I'll also show the regular zone. So the regular zone itself, it does 15 as well, so it's literally the same. It just doesn't have the hyper armor capabilities or the unblockable. Really up to you guys if you want to use the zone in your own mix-ups. Alright, the next thing I'll talk about is the long arm. Now the long arm itself, it is still reactable, but if you get the long arm off, you get a guaranteed heavy on top, which does 20 damage, and you can also get a light right after, which does 4, and you can do the light again, which gives you 14. So you can overall do a lot of damage if you get those guaranteed hits in. But I would just highly recommend just going for the top heavy and light right after, just to be safe. Also, one thing that I did forget to mention with Lawbringer is that you can also soft feint his unblockable top heavy for a guard break. You can't do it on the sides. If you could do it on the sides, that'd be busted, honestly. But it's only the top. So on the top unblockable, you can definitely do the soft feinting to guard break. The only downside with it though is that people will expect this, so you want to be careful whenever you're trying to do something like that. You want to try to use it randomly, randomly when you feel like the opponent will get caught off guard. But if you do want to use it at your own risk is what I'm just saying. So that's pretty much it for the moveset. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some combos of what I usually do with Lawbringer. So what I like to do is sometimes I'll do backstep into heavy, go for unblockable, maybe in the guard break if you want to, that's optional. Really that's a little basic one that I like to do. It's just a backstep into the heavy, guard break, into the light heavy, and into the unblockable afterward is what I like to do. That's one combo there. This next one is involving with situational. This is like a situational one where if the opponent is like at like close to dying and whatnot, so I'll pretty much go like something like this, throw out some heavies and then go for a zone. That's another combo like I sometimes will do, but sometimes it depends on the person, because people in this game, they like to parry every single thing. So you will want to be careful when throwing your heavy attacks out. You want to be just more patient. That's pretty much how I would say you would want to play Lawbringer, is more patient and more defensive. Alright, so this one is kind of involving the long arm, so I like to do backstep light into heavy, go into long arm, see if I can catch them. Now sometimes it might not work. Now that's one of the combos that I don't do often, but it's just something that I'll just put in here for you guys. Now another one is involving the bit of the bash, so I'll go for the bash first, feint it, go for a bash again, soft feint the top heavy into the light right after, into a guard break, well, into a guard break and into heavy and light. That's another combo there. If you guys want to check, if you guys want that, it's really good. I like it because of the pressure that you get to do, and plus the soft feinting into the heavy or after the heavy is really good. So yeah guys, those are like little combos that I know for Lawbringer that are mainly on the attacking side. Now defensive wise, you will want to use the parry counters to your advantage, because you want to play Lawbringer more defensively since he is a counter attacker. But sometimes with Lawbringer it does suck, since you have to like be very defensive, and in today's meta everyone's very offensive and just aggressive, so you just want to do the best you can when playing with Lawbringer. Alright guys, so here we are for Lawbringer's feats. I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of these feats, and I will have the information hub link in the description if you want to look more into these feats, about their information and which feats will be best for you. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so the first one we got Conqueror. This here is a passive, captures controls zones faster, and picked up boost lasts longer. Second one's Harsh Judgment. It reduces the target stamina for a short moment. And the third one for tier 1 is Body Count passive. Killing soldiers grants you health and stamina. For tier 2 we got Righteous Deflect for the first one, and it's a passive, parry to gain high damage reduction for a short time. Then for the second one we got Fiat Luck, which you throw a flash grenade that blinds enemies for a few seconds. And for the third one we got Juggernaut. You're slowed and gain high damage reduction, slippery and uninterruptible for a time. Then for the third tier first feat we got Protected Revive. This here's a passive. Your revive grants temporary shield to the revived ally. Then for the second one we got Pugno Mortis. You throw an explosive that deals more moderate damage in an area. And then for the third one we got Second Wind. You basically recover some health, or some of your health. Then for the tier 4 feats we got Igneous Ember. Several grenades that deal moderate damage over an area. Then for the second one we got Catapult. You call a catapult strike that deals massive damage over an area. Then for the third one we got Regenerate. It's a passive, regenerate your health when out of combat. Now this is what I usually run whenever I'm playing with Lawbringer. I tend to take these two because I'm making more of a Bombbringer build for my Lawbringer, but I also take Juggernaut too, just to get that high damage reduction. And plus, since I'm using Last Stand, which is a part of the perks which we'll go into in a little bit, I like to just use Juggernaut to help get that damage reduction. And I also take Harsh Judgment to just reduce the target stamina. That way I can get the advantage over them. But yeah, these are my feats. Again, I will leave the information hub for you guys down below. That way you guys can look at the information for all these feats, and you guys can pick out the best feats for you in your gameplay. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go over the gear perks now. So for the first one, we got Remedy. It's upon hero kill, heal plus 10 health. Then for the second one, we got Bastion. When in a zone or carrying a banner / offering, you gain 10% damage resistance. For the third one, we got Feline Agility. When gaining a renown level, gain 4% movement speed for the first, then 2% for each subsequent level. Then for the fourth one, we got Vengeful Barrier. When exiting Revenge, gain a temporary plus 25 health shield. Then for the fifth one, we got Last Stand. When in critical health, gain 40% damage resistance. Then for the sixth one, we got Bulk Up. When gaining a renown level, increase maximum health by 4. Then for the seventh one, we got Rising Dawn. Revives allies to 75% health. So in my opinion, highly recommend taking Last Stand and Bastion if you can. I'm taking Feline Agility. That's because I just recently got that perk for my Lawbringer, since I've been just upgrading him a bit. I also have Vengeful Barrier to gain a 25% shield, or a 25 health shield, my fault, not 25%, but a 25 plus health shield, just for me, for Lawbringer. But highly recommend taking Bastion, Last Stand, and Vengeful Barrier. Those are 3 great defensive perks that I say would help you guys out in certain situations. So if you're low on health and you're about to die, you'll basically take some damage from damage resistance and whatnot from Last Stand and Bastion too. So it really depends on what you guys want. I mean, I just highly recommend the defensive perks, but you can go with any other perk if you guys want to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so win or lose, I do hope you guys get something out of this. But here we go. We got a Shinobi in duels, man. Let's get it, dude. Is there? Let's do a Shinobi. Okay. No, sir. Let's go with the heavies. Let's let it fly. I tried it. Oh, I caught him. I had him for a second there. Okay, good throwing that heavy out. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna go for a bash. Good, letting it fly. Guard break? Nah. Okay. Guard break here. There we go. Got him. Good fight, dude. With Lawbringer, he is still pretty good to use in one. You just gotta be timed. You just gotta time your attacks and time your moves well. Also with Lawbringer, you can also delay his heavy attack if you want to. His last heavy attack, which is unblockable heavy. You can delay that if you want to. Highly recommend throwing out your unblockables at the start of the game. It makes the opponent think if they should parry or not. Alright. Here we go. Oh, he caught me there. I'm being dodge happy. Aww. Let me. He's not trying to throw a light or anything. I'm gonna go with the bash. Okay, he goes for his bash. Well, okay. Guard break. Oh, he got me. Yep, he got me there. Ah, that was F right there. Well, I'm trying to wait for like the light, like a light or something, but he's throwing those heavies out, which, I mean, it's okay, honestly, but you're gonna be throwing out like the light counter a lot, since people will try to like hold back and not throw any lights out. Just want to be creative. Oh man. Oh, he lets it fly. Nice. Ah. Okay, put him on the wall. Ah, that sucks, man. You just can't throw that out much, man. That's the thing with Lawbringer. It's just you just have to try to play defensive. You have to. It's hard to be in defensive since every character, or there's some characters that have better openers than him. Oh, sorry, that's my dog, y'all. yeah, sorry about that. Background noise. Okay. Aw, dude. Okay, I gotta stop throwing that out. Yeah, I'm throwing that out way too much. Ooh. Okay. I messed up the punish. Okay, light. Nice, let's go. Alright, he didn't parry it that time. I thought he was gonna parry it, but he didn't parry that time. Let's go. I want to try and get the long arm in, but I'm afraid he's probably gonna dodge it.
Round 5.
Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Round 5. Zone. Heavy. Nice. Caught him. Ooh, he lets it fly. Ah, that bash. Or the kick. Ah, he's waiting now. Let's go for those lights. Okay. Got him. There we go. Yeah, I got lucky there, dude. I got lucky there. That's how a bit tough it is with Lawbringer. I mean, you have to parry literally everything just to get something out, man. He's like Steve Fox in a way where you have to like get counters. That's pretty much how Lawbringer is. Alright guys, so for punishes, so for Lawbringer, side throw is top heavy. Regular throw, front throw, top heavy as well. And for out of stamina is push forward into heavies. That's the out of stamina punish for Lawbringer. There are more punishes on the information hub. Again, I'll have the link in the description below. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so with Lawbringer, he's an okay character in For Honor. You just have to play him more defensively than offensively. You don't want to be too aggressive with him because people will tend to react to most of the things that you're doing with Lawbringer. You just don't want to throw out too many heavies since people will tend to parry those. And just most of his stuff is really reactable, man. So offensive wise, he's terrible as a aggressive hero. But defensive wise, he's really good. Once you get those parry counters in, you'll start doing your combos more, which is really good. But at the same time, it's kind of bad. So I feel like with Lawbringer, he kind of needs a buff or a little revamp, honestly. Like add in maybe some side dodges for him or something else that will make him better, because he's just not in a good space right now, man. Unless you just get a parry, that's all it is. Unless you're getting light parries or heavy parries, all you can do with Lawbringer is just be defensive. That's all you have to do, man. Just be very defensive with him. You won't be able to get like any offensive pressure unless you use the bash at the right time, but it's only if you can use it at the right time, man, because sometimes people will interrupt that stuff, man. Like you have other characters that will interrupt it, like the Vranging guard, for example, can I think interrupt the Lawbringer. Also Warlord too interrupt the bash as well. And you also have Centurion, which his kick is very fast too, and Shinobi too. So you have a lot of people that will counter Lawbringer. But if you do want to play with him, you play with him at your own risk. He's still a good character. It just depends on how you play with him. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's guide, everybody. I do hope this guide did help you guys at all. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're new, if this guide did help you whatsoever. And also comment down below what you guys think about Lawbringer and how would you guys change him right now in the meta. Like what would you do to make him a bit better? Let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, I'm TheGamingRaptor. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace out.